Hi friends, this is Caitlin, and I know this is a little bit different, but I figured if today is going to be a different kind of video, we might as well just change it up completely. So here I am. I wanted to say hi to you face to face and let you know that this video is going to be me walking you through some of my favorite crafty tools, some of the things that I reach for every day or anytime that I go to make a card, in case you need some inspiration on some stuff that will help you have the easiest and most fun time possible while you are card making. So I hope you enjoy. These items all come from the same small business. These are all from Twiddler's Nook. And the thing that makes these so great, this is my pressure pal. This is what I use with my Misty to make sure I'm applying even pressure. I also have this little dish, and I love that it has the cutouts on it so that you can pour your sequins in, right? Just pour some sequins in there, and then when you're done, whether it's into a case or a little baggie, you can just kind of tip them in and you're good to go. So I love these. I've been using them for a couple years, all three of them. This is a magnetic die holder. You can see I use it to keep track of my pins for my glue tubes, but I love it because if I'm doing some kind of project with lots of little dies, I can just tuck it here on my desk. When I'm using dies, pull them off, put them back on as I'm working, and I don't have to worry about anything getting lost. Something else that's amazing that I use very often is this little corner chomper from We Are Memory Keepers. I love that it has all three sizes. I got mine off of Amazon, but I love that you can round the corners of anything. It's just easy, it's tiny, it fits perfectly on my shelf, and I don't even have to worry about a die if I just need a rounded corner. So these are something called Tacky Tiles, which I absolutely love. You can see it's like etched in there. Tacky Tiles from the Stamp Market. So they come in a couple different sizes. I have these little guys. They also come in the big ones. So the big ones that I bought fit distress inks, and the reason that they're cool is because you can see once they're stuck down, they don't move. So you can put it down, take an ink cube, put it right on top, and when you're blending, your ink's not going to move. So I think it's super handy to have. And then the best part is when you are done, you just peel them up. So the first time you get them, they're so sticky that it's scary because you think they're never going to come up. So definitely the Stamp Market recommends like putting it on your hand, putting it on your pants, moving them around, getting them a little bit dusty and dirty. But the nice thing is that if they get too dirty where they stop to lose their stick, you can just rinse them off, put them back on the plastic, and then you're good to go. I store all of my distress ink foams under my ink cubes. And so when I need to use them, I just take my foam blender stick, pick it up, and then I'm good to go. And then when I'm done, I just peel it off and put it back, right? But I have a bunch of blender foams that I've used for distress oxides, and they don't come in minis, which means that I don't have a good place to put them on my ink pads. So what I did was print out the labels on ranger.com, and I'll have those linked down below as well. I printed them all out onto sticker paper, just plain full sheet sticker paper, and cut them out, and I found these really great bead organizers that twist and stack, and so I have them set, and it works the exact same, where I can put in my blendings tool, pick it up when I'm done, take it, put it right back. And the other thing I love about these is that as new colors come out, you don't have to worry about not having what you need or having to like put new colors at the end. You could just untwist these, pop the new color where it goes, and kind of shift everything down. It's a little tedious, but I'd still like that I have the option to do that. So I don't have all of my Distress Oxides yet, but I do have all of these guys labeled and ready to go. And I have a third one that has a couple empty ones on the end. And I've just found that these work so well for storing them. And in theory, once I've built up my collection, I will have a blender ready to go for all my colors. Something new that I found that I am now completely in love with. This came from a recommendation from Mindy Egan, and I switched up my size for these, but I'll have them linked below as well. These little containers and big containers I got from Amazon, and they are perfect for storing all of my embellishments. So I have, these are all, well, not all. Let's do like this. These are all possum stamps. I have this big one that has these giant snowflakes, and those would not fit in a small, so I have those in a big one. But these guys, you can see I have that fit perfect little shaker bits and embellishment sequin mixes. And the cool thing is, for a lot of these brands, they put the label stickers for the company and the color name right on those little plastic baggies, and I found that 9 times out of 10 you can just peel that right off and stick it right onto the container. So I don't have one for every single one of these, but as long as they're all kind of in this bin together, I know, you know, what they are, and it's easy enough for me to find, that's what's missing, find what I'm looking for. So I also have some of my Twiddler's Nook embellishments in there, lots of little lots of little clay pieces from Twiddler's Nook as well, in those same containers. And I found that it makes it easy to have them all stacked up. I love these kinds of containers from Pink and Maine as well. They just make for super easy storage. And again, you can see all your colors. And then I also have these that I tried out that I'm loving too from, I love them. I don't love this metal container I put them in. These little containers are from This Calls for Confetti. And the same thing, I just cut the name right off of the barcode and stuck it to the side. And I really like that these are so little, but I don't think they would fit some of the bigger sequin mixes that I have. So I don't mind having multiple different kinds. And when a brand comes out with their own suggestion for storage, I wanted to really try it out to see how it worked. And I think that these from This Calls for Confetti are a great solution for storing their stuff. So I did use some of the bigger ones. These are their mixes as well. And again, just because they have a couple of those really big sequins, and this guy has some of those really big pearls in there, I really just wanted to make sure that there was enough room and that things weren't kind of overflowing. So I'll have these bigger containers and these smaller guys listed in the links below for you. I did get those off of Amazon, but as much as I don't want to give, you know, Amazon my money, sometimes those easy fixes are just too easy to turn down. Something really random that I keep on my desk are Jenga pieces, and I use these for filming or taking pictures of my cards. So sometimes when I am taking pictures of my cards, I want them to just be flat on the paper, and that's totally fine, but sometimes I want to add little things behind them, and so I found that Jenga blocks are the perfect thing to give a little bit of height and let you, you know, kind of place items underneath and around as you'd like. And the other thing is you can do them that way. You can pop them up even higher if you wanted to get like the whole blender under there. And in a very, very rare occasion, I've even stacked them to get literally the whole thing underneath, but it's just something easy, inexpensive. My kids won't miss the 2 missing Jenga pieces, and it helps me out, and I don't have to stress about it. So those live over in my ink caddy as well. Something really fun that I did get from Zazzle.com is a stamp that says handmade by Caitlin Annalee Cards. and I love this. I use this to stamp on the back of all of my cards when I finally turn them into cards, because just like you'll see here, look, there's two there. How funny. I, more often than not, end up with a ton of front card panels that I still need to put onto card bases. So that is a guilty secret that I'm not proud of, that I want to keep working on and just can't seem to get myself motivated to do. I also know that a lot of people have talked about these. These are both from Make It by Marco, and this is my glue tube holder, which you can see is very well loved. And it seems really simple to have something to hold your glue upside down, like something you might not need until you have a craft project and you need to glue something and you realize that your glue is almost empty and all the glue's down here. So I do have this on my desk at all times, and I love it because it doesn't matter if it's a teeny tiny tube, a big guy tube, with the cap on, or while working with the cap off. They all fit in here, which has been super nice, very convenient. I definitely recommend something like that. I also have the stamp chamois holder. I use a Lawn Fawn stamp chamois, and while I'm working, just to keep it contained and help it from drying out super quickly, I do put it in this little case. It just makes it easy to use. It also makes it easier for me to store when I'm not using it. And just so you guys know, a lot of these items that I'm showing you today are from small businesses, and I just want to throw it out there that some of the links I'll be sharing in general are affiliate links, but for some of these small business items, these are just products that I love, and if I already love them, I'd love to support a small business. And I don't have any links, and I'm not affiliated to them in any way. So these are just good people who are making good products, and I thought I would share how I use them while I'm crafting at my desk. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with me today. I hope that you're feeling super inspired to get some crafty tools or think about how you might be able to organize some of your card making supplies a little bit differently. And make sure that you come back next week, because this is actually going to be a 2-part video series. And next week I'll be sharing with you an overview of my craft room and how I have everything set up in my pretty small space, but I've made it work pretty well for me. So I'll see you next week. I hope you have an amazing week, and as always, happy crafting.